Welcome to Vlog Thursday. I'm here on site with an unhappy Corey. We had a real far away job, you know.
Real far away.
Yeah, right there's where the job is. Right there's where our office is. Which is great because the job's going poorly. And we want to be very real. Jobs don't always go right. It turns out, so we actually installed some lights up and down our strip mall here.
Walk down here and
yeah, and we did a beautiful job of these lights way over here.
Actually, this one went down on the lower, but there should be a beam at the bottom and at the top of a window, but it shouldn't be as big as that. So this one came in right here.
Yeah, so these lights went up fine, and there's a light over there. And it's no problem, but for some reason, and this is one big strip mall that we're in, this is where our office is. The other one has some steel beam that goes across that we're a mystery. I just wanted to share that as the beginning of Vlog Thursday. So Marvin is out, he's actually out smiling and dialing and doing us, getting us some more customers and more jobs. This job is actually pretty easy. We went and knocked on the door and said, hey, we're putting up lights up and down. You want some too? Sometimes sales are that easy to get. Would you like some lights? We're putting up lights for us. So the lights are going up there. That's one project. I'm gonna leave Corey because he's very agitated right now. And he's like, are you coming out here to make fun of me? I'm like, kind of. So for today, for Vlog Thursday, I'm gonna wander around the shop. Steve is getting his head checked. Like I said, Marvin is out smiling and dialing, getting some new customers. Miles is our person who is job shadowing, trying to decide if he wants to have a career in IT.
I'm making him do my job.
And Kyle is making him do his job. That's how you decide if you want a career in IT. Come here and Kyle will give you work to do. So I think they're mostly talking about video games today. That happens. But that's part of making a decision if you want to work in IT. Do you want to work with other people who think about video games and all kinds of exciting things like that all day? Because that's part of what we do here. We don't go outside and worry about the weather or anything like that. So I'm going to move around the office because there's a couple other things I wanted to show what we have going on. I will show you real quick though. We added a bunch of lights to make our shop look cooler. So insert picture of that here is what it looks like with all the lights off. It's pretty neat. It's been a fun project. We've been going a little crazy with the LEDs. Lots of packages and we ordered. Different controllers, different lights. We have some new stuff we're installing. We're going to do some video about the LEDs, specifically in how we set some of them up and where you can find them. We'll throw some links in there with that video. You can see some of my previous videos in LED lights where we've talked about them. This is going to be something really specific to the LED lighting that we put on the outside, like for the building lights that you've seen around like the windows, which is what Corey's working on right now. That's not going as planned, but that happens. And the other lighting that we put in underneath and how the controllers work, and like I said, where to find all those. We've done some videos in the past about them, so we're going to do some new updated ones based on some of the new products we found. So this is the FreeNAS box / TrueNAS box that I'm really close to finishing a review on. Holy crap, is it heavy. I'm very careful setting it down. There's drives inside of it. But this box, which is actually running right now, and it's not that loud. It's actually reasonable to hear me under. It's been sitting here in our studio. We finished some of the setup work with it, working with the people at IX Systems on this TrueNAS box. It works like FreeNAS, except for a few specific differences. And I'm going to be doing a big video on it. So I'm really excited about that. I mean, the amazingness of how this product works and all the failover modes. I spent like 2 hours talking to an engineer. Their engineers are wicked smart. They answered all kinds of questions of wanting me to confirm things because we laughed about how you're never as wrong as when you're wrong on the internet. So I made sure to take specific notes. So when we cover this product, I have more notes than usual with a lot of details directly from the engineers that work on this and design the TrueOS software, which is based off of FreeNAS. And I'll be talking about the differences between all that. So that review, it's taking me a little while to do because it's going to be extra thorough due to the nature of this product. I mean, this is a very high-end enterprise product. They have it deployed at scale with petabytes of storage at some of these customers. So they gave us this sample one on loan to do the review. So I've been really doing a lot of testing with it. And I decided I'm probably going to break it up into 2 reviews. The first review is going to be the hardware, the software that runs it. The second review, showing it in action and doing some of the testing. So with that said, trying to be very thorough. But nice thing is, I'm confident that even though this is running right now, it'll come right back up and work fine with a power failure. The failure modes on this and how resilient it is absolutely outstanding. impressive and has me excited to do the review. I'm hoping to get it done this weekend, depending on how my schedule goes, or if I have time later on today between some customer projects. It's one of our big projects we sold, which I will be talking about when we get it done as much as we can, because as part of the project, the client has lots of NDAs, but we are going to be designing their network, so I think we'll be able to talk about the network design we're implementing and never mention the client's name, but it'll be fun because it's about how to do the security and everything else. Also, coming up, November 10th, doing a live stream with Willie Howe. I'll link to his channel below. I think I may have mentioned this before, promoting it again, but we're going to be doing that live stream and taking care of him and the doing some security and talks about that, so that's kind of exciting. And so that'll be another topic. I'm also going to show you something else we just got in today. That'll be another upcoming video for those of you interested about us eating hot stuff. So, back to talking about hot stuff. This is here. I'm not going to be able to say this name properly. I'm not sure how you pronounce the name. Paki? Paki? Paki, I think. Anyways, we got a bunch of stuff from our Paki. All kinds of goodies. But what we really want to talk about is the One Chip Challenge. We are going to be, you know, we got a few of these. I hope I got enough of them. Yes. These are the One Chip Challenge, made with the world's hottest pepper, Carolina Reaper Madness. So we got a few of these. They come in coffins, and the idea is we're supposed to eat one of these chips, and it's supposed to be super hot and amazing. So we will, though, be eating some of these, because I got the whole variety pack of awesomeness from these peoples. I want to try them, but I also want to try the One Chip Challenge. How many chips did I get? I forgot. But anyways, we'll be doing a video on the whole One Chip Challenge. I'll be trying, you know what? Let's just eat one now and eat one of these ghost peppers. I'm going to do the One Chip Challenge later, but we'll do the ghost pepper right now. Haunted ghost peppers. Pretty good. Not bad. Not that, they're not hot to me. These may be very hot to you, but I also sprinkle habanero powder on a lot of my food and things like that. So I eat a lot of spicy foods. So let's clear this off, and I'll finish off the vlog Thursday, because I do want to get to work and get to working on my review of this. Also, I purposely didn't clean anything up. This is kind of how things go during the day here, to show you a real look. Usually we clean off the table. All these things on the table and lenses and things that are kind of on the edges of the table, or all the projects over there, that's common to how the office generally looks on a day-to-day basis. We try to keep things very organized, but we're in the middle of projects, kind of things get spread around. All right, I didn't feel like cleaning off the rest of the desk, because we're going to do the rest of the studio, because we're going to be doing a review of a few things. I just don't want to move any of them right now. And I'm just back in my office where it's clean, and I'm flying solo, and it's not really big enough. If you've seen my office video, there's a reason my office is small. This is where I like to hide. I generally sit here with the lights off, and that helps keep me focused. That's also why there's not a lot of things on my desk. That's not because I cleared it. I don't like things on my desk. I like all my things on a digital screen that I can simply drag and move around. So, a few thoughts and randomness. I was really thinking about this, and I seen one of my friends post how he had received horrible advice, or advice that he didn't think was that good, by someone when he asked, hey, what's the secret to your success? And I'm like, I think that's a horrible idea, asking unprompted questions to people that you perceive as successful, because you say, hey, they're doing something successful. Let me just, hey, what's the secret to your success? And I think when I say unprompted, I think what happens is a lot of times they might make something up on the fly. Not because it's not like they're trying to lie to you. They're trying to maybe pull something together real quick, and it was an impromptu question, and there's no answer at the ready. There's a misconception of confidence that just because you've achieved something, that you know exactly how you got there, and like, look, the formula is this, just do these things and you'll be exactly where I'm at. I think some people say that, but I don't think they really believe that, or maybe they do, and that's an even scarier thought. I can tell you how I got here to an extent, but I won't lie. There's a piece of luck that occurred. Now, it's this weird combination. I'm not just going to say everyone's successful lucky, because I think that's a cop-out as well of, you know, like, you work hard for things, and I do believe I work hard for things, but I also am not so immune or so full of myself that I think I did all of this. It's the people around me. It's the being ready for the luck. And I'll use that example of, a few other people ask, well, how are you going to Microsoft, Tom? And I'm like, well, this is how it went. I'm deeply fascinated with technology. I'm obsessive with technology. I was at a conference. They were doing a podcast about Linux. I'm like, I love Linux. They love Linux. I should go talk to those people. So I talked to them, and here comes the coincidence. They had someone leaving the show. They needed to fill in the spot from the person leaving the show. I came in, filled in that spot, and hit it off with Tony and Mary, and now we have the podcast, and Phil has joined us too. So that's the Sunday Morning Linux Free podcast. There's not, hundreds of episodes before we got really bigger or noticed by some of the, like, for example, the Microsoft thing. And even that is a fluke. We were just putting together a podcast because we all want to talk about Linux. And because I'm fascinated with Linux, they're fascinated with Linux, and this all comes together with then someone who works at Microsoft listening to our podcast. What are the odds of that? We're a Linux podcast. We're kind of anti-Microsoft. And then that led to them going, hey, would you like to come out to Seattle and, come do a show here? We said, sure. Are you guys buying? And they did. They bought us tickets and hotels and flew us to Seattle. Then they flew us to Florida. Next week, they fly me to New York. So that's pretty awesome. And it's not like I can tell you some secret formula, like you just do these steps and Microsoft will have you on their show. There's not like an answer to that, or even running a business and all the other things. There's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of effort and energy I put into a lot of this, but it's also being prepared for those lucky opportunities and putting yourself on there. At least I can guarantee you won't find success on the couch. If you just watch TV all day, not likely to find success. At least I can tell you some of those things, but I can't give you, at least I don't feel I'm being honest if I told you that these are the exact formulas for success. So sometimes you have to think about, one is finding your own way and putting yourself in lots of positions and being prepared if that opportunity comes up. And this even comes into, let's say, I'm going to talk specifically about the tech business because, it's the business I'm in. And with the tech industry, there's lots of opportunities in tech industries, lots of opportunities for cybersecurity. But here's the question. You are thinking about getting security, and a company calls you and says, can you provide security for my company? We have 10,000 employees. Can you provide a solution for us? Are you ready for that? Well, maybe, maybe not. Please don't say yes if you're not ready, because that generally goes bad for people. You can ruin your reputation and market really well. But when opportunities came for us to bid large projects and things like that, I didn't just say yes. And I know you've probably seen, I think it was Richard Banton said, an entrepreneur is someone who just says yes and figures it out later. Yeah, not really. You say yes and make sure you have the skills to deliver, because you can't just say yes to everything, because you can't just say, yes, I'll provide cabling and infrastructure for your large company, and then go, how do I provide cabling and infrastructure? You have to be really on your toes if you're going to figure something out overnight. And unfortunately, I think some people do try to do that. So you got to have that right balance. And I don't think there's any real secret to success that's as simple as people want to make it or summed up in a line. Not to mention, I think it does sound good. And I do like some motivational quotes. And maybe I'll say them myself from time to time. But there's the bigger picture of it. The other little side note to this that I'll mention is people who assume a habit someone has is the reason they're successful. Attribution to some trait someone has. Now, you can say all successful people get up early. I know some really successful people who don't. So, for any rules I've seen in those lists of top 10 things done by these people, and they'll list some of the billionaires in the world, which is cool. And sometimes you may derive that one of those is something that fits for you. But those weird habits or obsessive habits those people have may not be the key to their success. It's just something they've been doing. And so kind of you have to find your own way. So don't just automatically assume, because successful people have coffee every morning, and I've seen a list in this article that said, well, all these successful people have coffee. You'll find some hyper-successful person who didn't have coffee in the morning. A lot of people drink coffee, so you have a causation-correlation problem. And yeah, I see too many people like that. The biggest thing is get out there, get moving, get off the couch, because at least I can tell you, you won't find success on the couch. At least not that I've seen. Maybe someone will prove me wrong on that. I hope so, because that would be kind of inspiring to say how you can make $2 million and never leave the couch. I might read an article titled that. It feels a little clickbaity, though. I just want to talk on that real quick, because we get in a lot of discussions. I have a lot of entrepreneur friends and followers and whatnot then on my different channels, and people that are currently in the entrepreneurial ecosystem or people that really want to start a business, and they come up and ask that. I try to give the most honest answer all the time. I don't know. And I have other friends who are very successful, and I don't know if there's a shame in admitting it, but some of them know that they got there, and that because they had family that had an uncle with a $10 billion company who handed them a contract. That's cool. I have no animosity towards that person. I would only have animosity if they tried to perceive themselves, oh no, it was all hard work that got me here. And I hate when people say that, because you're like, well, your uncle has a company and he gave you your first like $4 million worth of business, and they're like, well, yeah, kind of. He just said, go find some people and here's a business and we got to set this up. So, like I said, asking people off the cuff, not always a good idea. It has to be well thought out. And often when it is well thought out, they put it in a book. And I love reading some of the books from people. I could go on a whole rant about, if you actually go to thomaslawrence.com, I think I have some of my book list on there. By the way, I hardly ever update my personal website. It's a random rant of things that I post at will. So if you're curious about me, you can go find me at thomaslawrence.com, but you won't probably find much there other than my book list I know is published there, because I do love reading some of the books, because there is ways of thinking that some of the people have that I do find, and that way you're not asking them off the cuff, hey, why are you successful? They took the time to write a book, and a lot of times that book, once it's gone through some peer review and a lot of people have read it, you go, that book's pretty good, and it has some really good life tips in there. So it's not that you can't ask successful people, but that off-the-cuff question. All right, I'm going to stop rambling about all that. Other projects we have going on here are, besides the One Chip Challenge, a free NAS review, I just finished a Cloudberry review, so check that out. It's a video just before this video. And everything here is going well at the office. We're still struggling to get more clients. I say struggling because we have not figured out the secret sauce when it comes to getting customers. They come in waves. We have all these projects come up, and then they don't. So that's why Marvin is just working from home, where he can focus really well, and we call it smiling and dialing. We reach out to every person that we've met at every event and everything else, and seeing what they need, reaching out and saying, people buy from people they like, and this is kind of the sales procedure, which is probably one of the tougher parts of the tech business. If you have a good sales process, that's good, so you can help those people. But it's really weird because you can be really, really talented at what you do, but it's really slow to get people to understand, well, I'm going to use some services. And tech is so weird to me. We have clients that have complained forever about their tech guy not returning calls. One of the big clients, I think I've talked about this before, that we landed, they're really happy with us, but there was 2-year cycle to get them to switch to us of them complaining, and it took an epic failure that cost them a lot of money from the other tech company that they suspected wasn't doing their job well, which we kind of helped. That's how we knew them. They called us in to help audit this, and we're like, yeah, this backup isn't done, this isn't done, this is has an error on it, and they kept going with that tech company until there was such a failure that they decided, okay, I guess we got to switch now because this literally could cost us our business. So it's such a weird thing in tech. Like, it takes so much effort to push those people to get them to switch. So what we do is regularly call them out and, go, hey, how's it going? You still have any problems? What can we do? Send them something. Just that constant interaction with them. It's not a pushy sales pitch or anything like that. And I may do more videos on some of the sales methodologies and how we network with people, because it's an important aspect of the business. It's an important aspect to all businesses, and especially in tech. If you're selling a retail market commodity product, you can just advertise on the web. That's a completely different sales model than what we do for the B2B stuff. The B2B stuff is all about meeting with people, talking with people, taking them out to dinner and things like that. So I have one last thing I want to talk about on a vlog, and I'm going to switch my computer to that because I want to talk to you about KFC's 11 herbs and spices and the secrets behind it. So I'll leave you with this. This makes me laugh a lot. I don't know why, but these are the things that amuse me, I guess, and I can't help but smile learning this. I love clever Twitter, clever social media accounts, and anytime a corporate company or anyone comes up with something clever like this is just wonderful. So let's talk about the 11 herbs and spices that are the secret sauce of KFC, or the secret ingredients of KFC. So KFC has 1.24 million followers here, but they're only following 11. What 11 are they following? They follow the Spice Girls and a few people named Herb. So they follow 11 herbs and spices. It's so dumb, but makes me so laugh, because someone better get a raise for coming up with something as simple and as silly as that they follow 11 Spice Girls, or 11 herbs and spices, which is the secret 11 herbs and spices that made KFC, in case you are not from America and are unaware of KFC. as funny as I think it is, it still doesn't make me like their food any better. I just like their mashed potatoes. I'm not a real big fan of their food overall. But thanks for watching Vlog Thursday. That's enough of me ranting and rambling about things for today. See you guys next week. Look for our one chip challenge, which we're gonna do tonight or tomorrow. And for those of you excited about my review of IX system stuff, that's definitely coming up. I got a lot of notes and a lot of details putting together for that, along with some more videos coming. If you like the content here, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you next Thursday on the vlog. Maybe I'll have Marvin back, or we'll get some more people in on the vlog. Thanks.